Coming up on Mountain News this morning, hear from restaurant owners who say they are having trouble enforcing Kentucky's mask mandate. And one Kentucky realtor is sharing his story after catching COVID-19 and spreading the virus to his entire family.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Lacey Roberts, and thank you for joining me on Mountain News This Morning. Today is Monday, August 3rd. That's right, we are in a brand new month, and those temperatures yesterday were absolutely gorgeous. Let's go ahead and bring in our meteorologist, Brandon Robinson, to talk about that. Brandon, I stepped outside earlier this morning, and it was actually pretty cool as well. Is that what we can expect for today?
Comfortable. That's the word I would use for today, Lacey. And yes, we're going to see more of that today. The sun will be up. It'll be a little bit warmer later on, but those dew points are staying a little bit lower, so it's giving us a nicer feel to the air. Let's take a look at our visibility. We're seeing some limited visibility down toward I-75 and Lake Cumberland. There's probably some patchy, dense fog across the region this morning, so just be careful of that as you head out the door this morning. Temperatures are running in the 60s. Yes, the 60s and low to mid 60s at that. So that's a big refreshing change there. I think our warmest temperature is Pikeville at 66. Everybody else, and Jackson's tied there at 66 too. Everybody else 60 to 64. So that's not too bad this morning, and they're still going to drop a degree or two as we head deeper into the morning. Dew points are in the low 60s right now, even some upper 50s over into Southwest Virginia. So again, not too bad for early August, and we'll see on our coffee meter on this Monday morning. It's a normal day temperature wise, but a little extra always because it's a Monday. Out the door forecast for you today. Sun and clouds to start after that patchy fog this morning. Some scattered chances for showers and storms this afternoon, but scattered is the key word to remember as we head throughout the day as we top out into the mid 80s later this afternoon. I'll have the rest of the forecast coming up here in just a little bit. Lacey.
Thank you, Brandon. And Governor Andy Beshear provided an update on COVID-19 numbers yesterday. The governor announced 463 new cases of COVID-19. This means there are now 31,185 coronavirus cases in Kentucky. There were 2 new deaths announced on Sunday. The death toll now stands at 742. And various health departments in the mountains released their new COVID-19 numbers through this weekend. The Bell County Health Department announced 5 new cases Saturday, bringing its total to 276. And the Harlan County Health Department announced 6 new cases of COVID-19 on Sunday. This brings the total of number cases in Harlan County to 228. Meanwhile, the Pike County Health Department confirmed 7 new cases Sunday, meaning it now has 240 total cases of COVID-19. And lastly, the Lake Cumberland District Health Department announced 8 new cases in Pulaski County, bringing them to 298 cases, and 2 new cases in Wayne County for a total of 57. And meanwhile, we learned Saturday that 13 employees at Logan Regional Medical Center in West Virginia tested positive for COVID-19. A news release says that the outbreak is among members of their team, along with a small number of patients within a single unit of the hospital. The hospital is working with the county health department and following guidelines from the CDC. Contact tracing has been done, and they are following the proper protocols. The news release asks that patients do not delay their own health care needs as a result of this outbreak. And that outbreak is just one portion of the steadily climbing case numbers in Logan County. Stephen Browning, administrator of the Logan County Health Department, said that while in June they were confirming 1 to 2 cases per week on average, that number now sits at roughly 7 to 10 per day. While those numbers are still low overall, the rate of increase in size of the community make them very concerning for Browning. The county is now increasing free testing in hopes of discovering more cases early to slow the spread of the virus.
So the earlier we can catch that, the less people they're going to come in contact with, and it would really slow that down to a manageable number.
Yesterday, officials with the Logan Health Department administered 372 tests. Browning says they expect about 20 positives out of those lab results. And restaurants in Kentucky are asking guests to follow the rules of the establishment, and that includes wearing masks. Irish Rover in Louisville finds that it's getting complicated. Owners Siobhan and Michael Reedy say they appreciate the customers who come in and follow the rules, but they say tables have walked out on their bills after refusing to wear a mask when staff approached the tables. And in certain instances, people came into their establishment blatantly intending to defy those rules.
Two gentlemen had masks on, came in, sat down and said, we're not going to wear these things. I spoke to these gentlemen and I said, you best leave. Everybody got up at every table and clapped. That will tell you the folks who don't want to wear the mask are definitely in the minority.
Businesses like Irish Rover are struggling, having to spend money on more disposable products, masks, and extra sanitizing measures. They've even downsized from 125 tables to just 15 at most. And nearly 20% of the staff at the Texas Roadhouse on Shelbyville Road in Louisville isn't quarantined. A spokesperson for the business says between 15 and 20 employees were taken off the schedule for 2 weeks. They said the outbreak stemmed from a party that happened outside the restaurant. More of the employees that attended the party have since tested positive for COVID-19. Texas Roadhouse officials say the employees did not work while they were sick. And this morning, we're hearing from a Lexington realtor recovering from the virus. Jeff Brewer told a group of fellow real estate agents at a convention about his illness, and now he is telling his whole community. He says he developed symptoms in early July and stayed in the hospital for 11 days. His wife and children also got sick. Since he shared his story, he's been trying to convince others to take COVID-19 seriously.
I've had people message me, private message me, ask me if I was fake and, faking it if I was really sick. Honestly, if people would just put their political affiliations aside and really just have some common sense about it, it's not that hard to wear a mask.
Brewer still doesn't know where he caught the virus. Well, coming up, the U.S. Department of Agriculture now has answers to what many have been asking after getting mysterious packages of seeds in their mailboxes. What exactly are they?
And the forecast as we head into the new work week here on this Monday, very mild for this time of the year. I'll tell you how long it'll last in about 3 minutes.